Isaac Hernandez.
And I'm Holly McClure.
And this is Faith on Film, a program designed to keep you informed on everything that's happening in the world of faith and family entertainment. And boy, is there a lot of happening right now. Why is that, Holly?
There is so much happening right now because we are at ICVM. We're in Orlando, Florida, and we are here with international filmmakers, writers, screener, producers, people in the industry from all over the world. And it's been exciting. We're only in day 2, and there's already a lot going on, hasn't there been?
Oh, there has been. In fact, I don't know how many shows we're going to get out of this because there's a whole lot of filmmakers that are walking around all over the place here.
I mean, we met people there's people from, I think, Bulgaria. There's people from Brazil. They're all over the world.
That's the interesting thing is I've been to this conference for many years, and the past 2 years or so, we haven't had any internationals because of COVID. So now that they can do it, they all decided to show up. So this has been the biggest conference yet. We're setting a record in attendance.
In fact, one of the gentlemen said, I'm from England. He goes, well, really, I think he said Bulgaria, Romania. He goes, but I had to come because of COVID. This is the first time I could come. So that is literally true. They were excited to get here. In fact, isn't this the most that's ever attended ever?
Yeah, record setter.
Over 200 and something people.
235.
Who came from all over the world. And again, they're submitting scripts to get their movies made. They're submitting documentaries. They're submitting movies they've already done, television series. I mean, it's the whole smorgasbord of entertainment. But it's all about faith and family and healthy entertainment that all ages can see. And it's not just PG, family-friendly, everything. There's some serious movies with some serious topics and we've seen and discussed. But that's what's good because isn't that what the Bible and the parables are all about?
Right.
You know, the real stories, the real people, and we get to have some fun, don't we? Okay.
Oh, don't say too much of that because this is supposed to be work.
Oh, we get to go see The Chosen. We get to go see The Chosen. They're going to do a special screening for us here attending. We get to go see The Chosen, and then we get to MC the Jesus Project movie that's coming out, I think, in February. We get to go be like the MC's the host to, introduce it. So kind of a big honor.
We're very excited about all this, and we want to bring all this to you. So you know what? Let's just get to it because there's just so much more to show here with all the people that we want to talk to.
A lot of people to talk to, so let's go.
Hi, my name is Mark Harper. I'm here at ICVM. I'm co-founder of Starfish Stories, and you're watching Faith on Film.
Well, we are so excited, of course, that we are here at in Orlando at the ICVM Storytellers Conference. Now, this is Paul Sirmons, the president of ICVM. I had you on the show a few months ago with one of the submitters of
Jackson, from China.
From China, that was which, by the way, is so exciting to see a lot of. I call them foreigners. A lot of the people from outside the country here this year because obviously they can do it now.
ICVM, the I is for international, so we're trying to get as much of that, and we have people here we have a guy here a filmmaker from Ukraine, and we know what's going on in Ukraine, and our hearts are with him. And he got up and spoke in his own language. He has to have an interpreter about what's going on there with Christians. And here's a Christian man from Ukraine. Wow. Talking about his people.
I got so excited when we first started the interview that I really forgot to say, other than, hey, here's Paul Sirmons, president of ICVM, but I forgot to say that you really have quite a history in filmmaking, in television, and movies, and my goodness, you're an icon.
I'm not an icon, but I've made a living at it for 44 years. So.
44 years, wow.
Yeah.
So you started when you were 5?
Yes.
So what are some of the things you've done?
First TV series I worked on was The Waltons, which is the family TV series, the original Waltons.
The original Waltons.
Not the new movies that are on.
Yeah, the Good Night, John Boy.
Which we had the young lady who plays Erin.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Here at the conference, that was fun. And we had the original Erin do a cell phone greeting to Tatum, the actress playing Erin. So we had both generations of Erin there. It was quite special.
Wow.
But The Waltons Quantum Leap was a series. I did the first 2 years of that as a first assistant director. And Sequest, a lot of 1 hour dramatic TV shows for 20 years, and then got into producing, directed one movie, which actually went over very well, but it taught me that I probably wasn't a great director, more of a journeyman director, but I felt like I was really led towards producing. And that's what I've been doing since. I've produced, 10, 11 movies since then. And the last 2 are on Netflix now, and they're family-friendly films.
Is that the Teata?
Teata, which we did with the Chickasaw Nation in Oklahoma, and also with the Chickasaw Nation, Montfort Chickasaw Rancher. And it's a Western set in the 1800s. but without any bad language and that sort of thing.
Oh, well, that's good. Now, you've also done, of course, a Christian film that I know about. Was it
Letters to God? I line produced, and To Write Love on Our Arms. I line
that's
produced
right. I remember that one as well. Wow. And of course, now you're with ICVM.
And Home Run is another Christian film, which we shot in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Carol Matthews produced that.
I told you, he is an icon. What are we talking about here? So now tell me, now that you're the president of ICVM, is there something that I know that you've already kind of really expanded? This is the biggest ICVM we've ever had. Do you have some ideas in your head of where you want to go next?
My ideas, I feel like, are coming from God, because they're bigger than what I can think of, and he put on my heart, and I told the board that if I became president, I felt we needed to expand it, to reach out to more Christian filmmakers. A tremendous number of Christian films, in fact, a tremendous number of all independent filmmakers make one movie and never make another. They're one and done, And why is that? It's because they're not good business people. They don't understand, they think that one movie is going to launch their career. And in maybe 0.5% of the films made, it happens that way. And that's what encouraged them to keep going. But if they settled back and said, okay, I don't have a film, I have a production company, and we have this movie and we're going to make more like it, then investors go, oh, you have a business model then, and that's something that's missing. So we're trying to educate, entertain, inspire Christian filmmakers here, worship with them, create networks and relationships. We have a script and story pitch-a-thon where we have 11 distributors there, and people with a script or a story or a book, they can go in and pitch to them one-on-one. They choose the ones they want to pitch to. They get to pitch one-on-one for 5 minutes. They can't get to these people in Hollywood or wherever they're in Nashville, wherever their offices are, but they can get to them here. And the next day, the final day, we have a Christian film market. And the Christian film market is for people with finished products. And we have 18 distributors.
Oh my goodness.
That are looking for content. And deals are made every year at the Christian film market. It's what you do. You go there, you meet with them, they license, they talk about it. But even if they don't, you have a relationship with a new distributor, and that's going to help you as a filmmaker in the future.
But you did something new also this year, which in fact is happening right now as we do this interview, and that is what?
The Investors Lion's Den. It's a great title, isn't it? And we partnered up with Lion's Den, DFW, out of Dallas.
Okay.
And they are a Christian business investment group. And they have like 300 Christian investors. And they find good quality companies or startups to invest in. But they won't invest in an individual movie. It has to be presented as a business. And so they are doing a 3-hour event here with us. They are taking 3 pitches from members that are attending, or people that are attending our conference. And they're going to judge them and talk to them about what's right and wrong and whether they could get investment, in the future from being here. But normally they in Dallas, they do their own conference in April 19th, 20th, which people can go to as well. But their investors look at all kinds of businesses. Here, it's film-related businesses. So you could have a production company, you could have a studio, a streaming network, whatever, and if you're looking to expand, get bigger, start up, you have a chance to pitch it to people that are interested in that. Great Christian hearts in them, too.
So it's like a Shark Tank.
It is a Shark Tank.
But we don't have Mr. Wonderful here,
right? It's Shark Tank, but it's not a TV show.
Right, okay, and somebody's not going to say, you're dead to me.
We have better than Mr. Wonderful. We have Isaac here.
Right. Well, listen, I love what you're doing with ICVM, and if it's too late for people to come to ICVM right now, because when this airs, this will be over. There's another one next year.
There's
now,
another
how can
one
people
in November.
Keep in the know?
ICVM.com. Just go on there. You can find us. We'll be putting that conference together. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Next year. I don't know the exact dates at the moment. It's in November. I know that.
If they go to the website, they'll
go to the website. You'll learn about it. We'll get information up on it. We're gonna plan it farther ahead than this one. Some of these things came together a little late, but that's my fault. But we're gonna have more participation, and it's going to be. This is a record number of people here for our conference. Wow. and only 2 years after COVID. So
Wow.
that's pretty amazing.
That's fantastic.
In 2023, we're going to have more filmmakers. I mentioned we have like 20 distributors here on the Christian film market, or 18. We had 5 more show up that aren't even on that, looking for content. So of the people here, there's 25 people looking for
So
content.
word's getting out that this is where you find the content.
Just bring your content
That's
here
fantastic.
if you're looking for at any level. I mean, we have Sony Provident, we've got PureFlix, we've got, all the Christian, big and small. We have Vision Video, BMG Global, just tremendous companies. So
That's terrific. Well, I know that as the president of ICVM, you're being pulled left and right and up and down and everything. So thank you for taking a little time and
Thank
just,
you.
I saw you there, like you were just standing for just a brief second. I'm like, let me pull him right now.
and I said, I have to take one picture before I go.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you. Keep up the good work. Great show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brandon Swartz. I'm an actor, director, writer. I've been in films such as Stealing the Show and TV shows like Fragment. And you're watching Faith on Film.
Okay, with me are 3 guys that kind of saw them walking around talking, telling what they did, and I got so excited because we realized this is a future again of filmmaking and a next generation that's taking the torch and going a complete different way with it, but in an exciting way. With me are the Wild Brothers. Let's introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Keen Wild. Yeah, I'm Asher Wild. Hey everybody. Hey, I'm Hudson Wild.
Okay, so you guys got an idea to do what? Quick pitch. What is it you're talking about here?
Yeah, so guys, we're the Wild Brothers. We grew up over in Southeast Asia as missionary kids, and some of the remotest parts of the world working with an unreached people group. And so over there in the jungle, we got to go on a lot of really cool adventures, discovering insects that were new to science, tracking down cryptic creatures, even dabbling in a little bit of archaeology. And so as we're doing mission works and going on all these adventures, we took all of our cameras and we filmed them, turned them into video series so that we could show our audience here in the States about, man, what mission life is like, and to get you guys excited about following Christ. Because that's really the most important thing to do with your life. Absolutely.
And so each of you tell a little bit about it. So what are you pitching? You're pitching the show? Is it a finished show or you've got a first pilot?
We've had multiple video resources in the past. Right here at the ICVM, we're pitching our documentary that we made called Islands of the 14. This is an adventure documentary that we produced about tracking down some of the last ancient remains of people groups in Southeast Asia. We're also here to pitch our new TV show called Off the Couch in Creation. We have a pilot episode, and we're here at the ICVM making connections with distributors to hopefully show it on their distribution platforms.
Yeah, we're really excited about this new show because unlike all of our old series where we filmed overseas in Indonesia, this is our first TV series with the Wild Brothers in America. That's going to be super relatable for all of our fans here in the US. And we're excited because the 4 Wild Brothers have grown up overseas in the jungle and have never really experienced their homeland. So we're coming back to the US, experiencing our homeland for the first time, seeing God's beautiful creation, and yeah, it's going to be a super cool, exciting show. So, like Asher said, we're finished with the first pilot episode. We're super stoked about finishing the rest.
Okay, so are you the only kids in your family or do you have other siblings?
Yes, our oldest brother Morgan can't be here. He just became a dad a couple weeks ago, so he's busy at home. But we're representing for him.
You're representing. Okay, and your name really is Wild.
Absolutely.
Correct.
It really is Wild.
Yeah.
So the Wild
Yeah.
Brothers. So you've had fun with that, huh?
Absolutely.
Right? Especially with doing this. So how exciting is this for you? Are you homeschooled? Are you in school? Do you have peers that are like, wow, what are you guys doing?
we grew up as homeschoolers. I mean, we were out super far under Stone Age culture, so there was no public school. So my mom homeschooled us, but yeah, now we're all in college. So that's part of the reason why we're here in the States is to get our education. But alongside that, we're furthering our business and video production skills.
So what college are you going to?
Boys College, Southern Seminary's undergraduate school. So it's like Bible college.
All right. And is there film production there or any kind of thing that has to do? No. So you just are already doing it on your own?
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, this is exciting. Okay, into the camera. Each of you give your advice for people your age wanting to get in the film business or having an idea, thinking that they've got a dream of something they want to do, but they don't know how to do it. Just quick advice or a word that you want to give to your generation.
Yeah, so guys, for Christian filmmaking, this is a super cool industry, and I feel like there's so much room to grow, so much room to go, and really, for young people, man, that's what our peers are going to be looking at. They're going to be seeing what Christians are doing on the film for young people. And so guys, make sure that your messages are good. Let's make movies and TV shows and products that really glorify Christ. We only have one life to live, we're young, so man, let's live our lives all for Christ. That's the only thing that's worth doing. So make sure to make your messages clear, good, and always point to Christ and not ourselves.
And I would just add, use discernment. As believers, God's given us many different gifts and talents. We're not all supposed to be filmmakers. Sometimes following our dreams is not what the Lord would have for us. So be discerning. Where is the Lord leading you? What talents has He given you? His resources? Discern that. And if the Lord has you in film, go all out. Follow it as hard as you can. Work hard for the Lord. Because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, and then I would just add one last thing. Make connections, be creative, but ultimately before all of that, commit it to prayer, commit it to Christ first, because he owns the sheep on 1,000 hills, and so he can make your project work. So commit it to him beforehand, and if he wants to do it, it's going to happen. So get ready for an awesome ride with the Lord.
I love that word.
Yeah.
And what ultimately, is there a thing you want to make or want to do that you haven't done yet, a film that you want to do? Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Okay. So for the longest time, we wanted to do a really awesome documentary about the story of the tribal people we worked with. Guys, the Lord is doing amazing things around the world to bring people to Him. And the story of the people we worked with is just incredible. And so we really want to do a documentary that kind of shows that story, shows the amazing thing that the Lord has done, and really get people excited about using their lives for missions.
Yeah, so a theatrical release for that.
But living over in a very remote part of the world, there's all kinds of exciting things that we have discovered or have leads on. Things like discovering dinosaurs and other mysterious animals and ancient artifacts. So there's a lot of dreams in the pipeline, but it'll be a couple years before all that becomes a reality.
Yeah. I'm so excited to meet you guys. Thank you for coming on Faith on
Thank
Film.
you.
And we are going to pray for you and want the best. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And remember, you did the interview here so that when you're famous, we can go, hey, I interviewed them when, okay?
Appreciate the interview.
Thanks.
Bless you guys.
Yeah.
Bless you. Thank you. Isaac, back to you.
Hi, I'm Cristobal Cruz, and I'm the writer, director, and now an actor of Let Me Have My Son and other movies. And you are watching Faith on Film.
Well, we're here right now with a friend of mine that I met, I don't even remember how many years ago.
About 10 years ago.
Was it 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Was it at another conference?
Yeah.
And I remember we talked about something that I was doing that kind of excited you, and that was a dance club, a Christian dance club. We no longer are doing that, but it really did help. It launched our youth ministry, actually, at our church.
Good.
But I didn't realize you were such a great filmmaker. You recently produced a film that, in fact, we had the main star of the movie on the show already, T.C. Stallings, but you're the producer of...
No Vacancy.
No Vacancy.
Yeah. It's a true story. It's based on a true story of my church. We had the Channel 9 ABC affiliate had come over several times to do actual stories. Our church actually bought a motel to take care of homeless families during the Great Recession. And so the movie stars Sean Young, who was in Blade Runner and Doom, T.C. Stallings, obviously a lot of people know him, and then Dean Cain, he's been in a lot of Christian films as well. And we did a Fathom release in May, and now we'll be going on streaming platforms next month. And then on Christmas Eve, it'll be doing a premiere on PureFlix. So.
Oh, nice. Now, how can people kind of stay aware of it, follow? I mean, is there a website they can go to?
Yeah, just go to KingstoneStudios.com. And we're primarily, for years, have been a comics publisher. We published the most complete graphic adaptation of Scripture that's ever been done. We hired about 44 artists that all work for Marvel and DC. And we've created this 3-volume graphic novel, which is a key product. We have a lot of other Christian comics, and then we have some educational comics. And now we're working on film and animation. So they go to KingstoneStudios.com. They sign up, be on our email list, and keep up with everything that's happening.
I remember your comics book series also because when I was with Uplift TV, we were doing
you were
promos
selling
for it.
them. Yes.
I hope we sold a lot of them.
You did well.
Now, what are you doing here at
ICVM
Storytellers? Yeah.
Well, two things. I will be doing, 3 things actually. One, today we'll be doing a presentation for the Shark Tank event.
Right.
And then tomorrow will be one of the tables. Director Kyle Sailors, you know him. He'll be at the table with me. And we'll be listening to pitches from aspiring filmmakers and storytellers. And then Saturday, I think the No Vacancy is up potentially for some awards. So hopefully we hear our name called. We hope. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever the Lord has, we just trust the Lord and we roll with Him.
Absolutely. Now, maybe you mentioned the Shark Tank style thing.
Yeah.
What is that exactly? Because this is the first time we're doing it here at ICVM.
It's the first time. Well, when you have a media company, you have to raise capital. You just have, or if you're a ministry, you have to raise capital. And so they had Paul Sirmons, who's the president of ICVM. He called me and said, "Hey, I just thought God told me to call you. This is coming up." He said, "Are you looking for capital?" I said, "Actually, we are, because we're working on doing some Bible animation, some other animation we're looking at." And so he says, and so we went through the process, presented. So we were one of the 3 selected to present today. We'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. Well, again, the movie is No Vacancy,
yes.
and they can watch it. They'll be able to watch it on streaming platforms.
Yeah, they can actually stream it now on KingstoneStudios.com, but it'll be on Apple TV, Google TV, Vudu, Amazon in December. So,
fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time. I know there's a lot going on here at the conference, but I saw you and I'm like, I got to pull him over.
And I'm proud of you for losing so much weight. You look so good, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's moving to Texas has been very, very good to me.
It's good to see you, brother. God bless you, man. Paul, thank you.
Hi, I'm Maggie Riffler. I'm a board member for ICVM, and you're watching Faith Unveiled.
With me are friends that I've made here at ICVM, and I love these guys. They're friends from Loor TV. Introduce yourselves.
My name is Marcus Pittman. I'm the CEO of Loor TV.
And I'm Jason Farley. I'm the Chief Content Officer at Loor TV.
And let's spell Loor TV.
Loor.
Okay, and where can people find it?
LOOR.TV.
It was that simple. There you go.
Right.
Okay, now you guys are unique in your approach at this conference, I feel, and what you're looking for in content. And tell kind of your unique approach to entertainment these days and what you're doing.
Well, we're trying to build up the areas of the market that are currently underserved. So we're looking for content for men, for the 18 to 24-year-old, 18 to 35-year-old men, and their sons. Because currently there's not anyone developing that kind of content, and we want to show that there's a market for it.
And why is there just a market? Go ahead.
Why is there just a market for?
We're just men. Like why is this that you're focusing on it?
Because the Christian movie industry was formed because they had to sell movies by DVD and VHS. And the only way they could get that retail shelf space was Lifeway Christian bookstores, family Christian bookstores, and that target shopper is a woman. So the entire Christian media industry, whether it's music to film, has always been for soccer moms. And there hasn't really been a push for male-driven content. But now that everything's moving to streaming, men are the majority consumer for streaming. So it opens up a real opportunity to finally make masculine Christian entertainment.
Okay, I love the idea, the concept. That is so unique. No, really it is. It's unique. Yeah. You're different from anybody here on what they're doing.
Yeah, our tagline is Christian movies shouldn't suck.
Which, I love that tagline. I agree with that tagline.
Yeah, we're trying to build what the MTV Adult Swim HBO version of Christian media is, and I don't mean that in the immorality of it, but in the fact that they built an independent platform that focused on giving artists freedom to make what they want and not having the network send notes about, I mean, now it's like diversity, all your requirements, stuff like that. Within Christian film, it's, whether or not a character can have a beer or not, or those sort of things, which don't really make any sense. So we just tell our artists, love God and make what you want.
Oh, I love that. So, and have you found some unique things here at ICVM?
We've found some incredibly unique things that we can't wait to announce that are going to surprise the world, and both some great stuff in the horror genre, some great stuff in science fiction, boy-aimed children's shows. And we're especially excited about seeing some of the teenage filmmakers here that are getting started early. We want to create the kind of space where a teenager can say, I can get onto that sort of platform.
We believe that homeschooled kids are way smarter than college-educated kids. So it would bring us a lot of joy we feel like we should be signing teenage homeschool kids to big film contracts. And I think they're capable. And there's talent here that we're hoping to do that. And so let's create that art house. Let's create that thing that says, hey, here's a 17-year-old. He's made this demo reel. Would you trust them with $50,000 to take it to the next level? And the audience on our platform gets to decide that and gets to vote. So our audience are the Hollywood executives that determine the content that streams on the platform.
And that is unique in of itself, a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's unique just of itself, and different the way you guys are doing it.
Right.
The content, the way you're streaming it. So basically, if people go to Loor.com, right? Or Loor TV?
Loor.tv.
Loor.tv. I said it wrong. Loor.tv. Loor.tv. If they go there, then they're invited to join and participate, and then they're going to be part of the ones that are looking at that material.
Yeah, right now there's an email list. So you sign up, that's our waiting list to join once we launch. And the plan is that we'll be launching first quarter of this year.
Okay.
2023.
2023?
Yeah.
We'll be right. Well, that is great. I'm excited.
Can I mention one TV
and
show?
Into the camera. Mention what you want.
Okay, so we have a cartoon series that we signed at ICVM last year, and a guy came to us with just on a napkin because he was told nobody would like this idea, but he thought, well, maybe it's a chance for them. It's called Barely Biblical. It's an animated cartoon series where animated teddy bears reenact the most violent Old Testament Bible stories. It's for 8-year-old sons who like to play with guns and swords and their fathers. It's fantastic, and that we actually got the pilot in, and we're looking forward to that'll be one of our launch titles.
And it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. It is really good. So.
Okay, I do want to kind of one more comment on that, because I think that's an area that has been so highly neglected over the year. First of all, horror, thriller, that genre, especially the horror, and sci-fi. I mean, there's been a few things apocalyptic. Yeah, okay, we've had a lot of those apocalyptic movies, but the other edge of it, like what you're just the edgy stuff and doing it, and it's okay right now, right? Yeah. That's where it should be heading.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, the formation of our imagination is a major way that God transforms us into who He intends us to be, because so many failures of faith begin as failures of the imagination. And so the kinds of stories that form what we believe to be possible end up forming what kind of faith we can have. And so we want the stories, the world does this really well with sci-fi, but it's a way that tamps down our faith, that makes things seem impossible. But we want the kind of content that forms our imagination towards faith. And if we're not the ones making sci-fi, somebody else is going to be, and it's going to, everything is faith-based. It's just a question of which faith. And so building the kind of system that can create the stories that are based on the faith so that Christians can work in every genre is the way that the imagination can be hopefully fully formed towards faith and hope and love in the way that it's currently not being formed.
And if you look at the box office, and in the last few years, well, really 10, the Marvel, the DC universe, but look at Avatar, it's getting ready to come out. And I mean, I remember when the first Avatar came out, because I was a film critic and was reviewing movies, and I remember there was actually suicides, Google and look it up, because people were so sad that there wasn't a place like that they could go live in. They actually committed suicide because they were so into it. So if a movie can move someone so depressed to do that, what better way with the sci-fi and to get that demographic and that mentality to want to go, okay, there's hope, and yet do it in that creative way to get that audience.
Right, but a movie that doesn't push us towards Gnostic despair the way that Avatar did, but pushes us towards the kind of hope that exists within the real world that God made, which that was not it.
That's right. But so I'm saying, it's already been a trend in the world, in the box office. We just got to catch up. So thanks, guys. I'm hoping you'll do just that.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steph Garst. I'm a film producer, work in the music industry, and you're watching Faith Unveiled.
We hope you have enjoyed hearing from these great filmmakers that attended the ICVM Storytellers Conference. There were so many of them that we spoke to, and we want to bring them all to you. So there will be several of these shows dedicated to the Storytellers Conference. Also, if you're watching this show and you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we'd like to invite you to do so. We want you to be a part of the Faith on Film TV family. You can also write us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Well, until next week, take care.